Today, Rinpoche gave an excellent explanation to show how, if one sees dependent origination, then the lack of true establishment will be understood. Seeing them as contradictory is an incorrect understanding. Jew, okay. Okay, let's go. Ema Dumba, okay. NGK. Okay, so let me just get some water here. Okay, so once again, we're looking at today Lama Tsongkhapa's praise of dependent origination. And if you'll just give me a moment, Rinpoche told me where we're going to start in the Tibetan. So I will now quickly look up the exact stanza for the English connecting stanza. Pense Imo 8. Okay, stanza number 8 is where we will begin. And just get this in an order that won't be confusing when it gets hot and heavy here. All right. All right, I think I'm ready. Okay. Less so.
Lana meba injes, lana meba inje, kuna meba inje, jene, teta maim bishinas, jen shiru bitambala zubato the mares, shana, what the kalejuna.
That's so. Sabudu. Diksong.
What about Jujana?
Lessa. Okay, so stanza number 8, wondrous teacher, wondrous refuge, wondrous speaker, wondrous savior. I pay homage to that teacher who taught well dependent origination. So here this is speaking about Buddha Shakyamuni. And so if we look at each of the points that are made, Buddha Shakyamuni is a wondrous teacher. Wondrous teacher because he is considered the only teacher. If we were to use the term and look at it literally, we would state that he is the only teacher, and the only teacher because he is the only one who teaches the Dharma. And then it says wondrous refuge. He is a wondrous refuge because Buddha Shakyamuni's teachings allow us to be free from the lower realms of cyclic existence and cyclic existence itself. So it's for that reason that Buddha Shakyamuni is a wondrous refuge, because we seek refuge to be free from these various sufferings. A wondrous speaker. The Dharma that is spoken is the highest speech, the most wonderful speech that can be given. Rinpoche, the macho Yanjer Surinang?
하 주스나
De la.
추모가 나는 야슈드 사자문 보다로
Okay.
하
It's the
추르스
same.
야슈드
So Buddha Shakyamuni is the best, gives the best expression of the Dharma, is the best expressor of the Dharma. Wondrous speaker, and then wondrous savior. Not much commentary given on that. Buddha Shakyamuni is our savior. I pay homage to that teacher who taught well dependent origination. And we look at the commentary by Junu Jetsun Drapa Shidrup, we will find that it says that the reason for this is that there is no higher teacher. Buddha Shakyamuni is the highest teacher and the refuge, the highest speaker and the highest savior. I see. Buddha Shakyamuni, the reason for this is that Buddha Shakyamuni is the highest teacher, refuge, speaker, and savior. So this is the reason that's given. And that no other non-Buddhist has that level of success, not success, but that level of excellent quality of teaching, refuge, speech, and savior. So there's no other non-Buddhist who has that level. Diksun.
다 고마 동제도 대성도 전바지 저지 마주지 고연라나마 바지부터 차자문 보다 코나레스
Leso.
진슈르 발아요 마레스
Leso. Lapsa.
what 송도 what the sanre.
So when we look at Buddha Shakyamuni, we say Buddha Shakyamuni is a wondrous teacher, wondrous refuge, wondrous speaker, and wondrous savior. And there is no other non-Buddhist that is at his level, or that is higher. Yeah, that is higher. So there is no other non-Buddhist that is a higher in terms of being a teacher, being an object of refuge, being a speaker, and being a savior. Okay, Sebuldu.
다 니바드네 시시바드 시다시바는 시다시바드 니바드 용도 니발라송 라지지 동바 땡중고 땡도 송 추스 라지지 동바 땡중고 땡 라지지 드베 동바 대바만 루바데 땡중고 땡도 송 추 라지지 마도
Tamboga the Mingare Rinpoche. This Nipa Tambogare.
다 담말은 사지 안에 두디시바드 제바시바니 시시바드 시다시바 드르요 말 담만 도사로 제시바다 시다시바 단데 시다시바가 도된 말에
Oh, Chi on Shedrag. Okay.
어디들
General. Then Tambo, Shi, Nipa,
시다시바
Tuchena.
네 시다 이지로
So now we get to, it says, the second part. And if we go back to the outline that I had forgotten also, we see there were general and specifics. So the second part, this first, what we were just at the tail end of was the category under generals, the general points. And now we'll get into this specificity. And it says specifics about this topic. There are three categories. Then in Asum, Ranshingi Domba.
라지지 동바 땡중고 땡도 송 추스 라지지 드베 동바데 땡중고 땡 다가데 땡 말에 추나 대바 마도 셰바데게 땡데시블로 조셰 땡데시블로 되게 데메도로 조셰바 어떤지 송도 거래.
Then Chu Demba Madrupa Shena Dendel Gu.
대바 마도 시블로 되나 돈이 두블로 되나 근데 땡데 두블로 조셰 그래스 땡도 송바스
Dendel Dobi Lo.
루이조
The Yuna. The Gare.
데메도 시로 되나 데메도 시로지 네 땡데 두블로 조셰네 그래서 해 봐.
Concomitant. If there is that. The explanation. Okay, I see. The Ranshingi Madru Yuna Dendel Yuna.
Deba maru tu lu du na.
Okay.
Dende du lu du she gres.
Less so.
Dende ki ton tu.
Tu chena.
O den jiro.
Okay, so the first category is that the explanation that if one has the awareness of the emptiness of inherent existence, then he or she has the awareness of dependent origination. So it's like a pairing in a way. Okay? Then Nipa
Deba maru ba rajin ji tomba tenju ki ton tu son tu tetu na deba maru ba tenju ki ton chima zhu son na she son na tetu na tenbi nyepo
Ale.
Temba.
Ale.
Te matu na sirwa. De me de tende ki matu na, te matu na. Tembi nyebo, matu ba temba, tembi nyebo, shegu yo mares. Shajaman Buddha ki temba ya shut shegu yo mares.
Sepuldu.
Tembas.
Okay.
Te tu na, temba la, siming trambi, deba chewa, temba wosa. De me de tenju tu
De kali la gangisina de inji ke zuson de somba nge zum tumas.
Chuna deba maruba de deba maruba tenju ko she sona tu sona an deba shajaman bodal deba jegres deba shu raba jongres tu na temba la seme jambi deba shabajen jowa temba os odre do
Dona
deme tenju ba she sona
Yuna
an shajaman bodal deba she shu raba jongres
Ale Sepuldu tu chena.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, inji ke zutun. So the second category is that not realizing this essential teaching is not realizing the teaching. So if one doesn't understand or realize this essential teaching, then one doesn't understand the teaching. So not the teaching on that, meaning the teaching in a macro sense, the teaching of the Buddha. If one doesn't understand this essential teaching, one doesn't understand the teaching of the Buddha, in parentheses. It doesn't say of the Buddha, but that's what's inferred. And then Duna. So then the third category is that if you have this realization, then you will have a special, certain faith, a definite, valid, the word for valid cognition is in there. So if you have this realization, if you have this realization, of the arisal of this realization, then your faith in the teacher will be valid. You will develop a special, certain, valid faith in the teacher. That's what it is. You will develop a special, certain, valid faith in the teacher. So all those words are important. The word valid means it's a valid cognition. It's not incorrect. So if you generate this realization of the teaching, you'll have a special, certain, valid faith in the teacher. That's it.
Deba maru tende imeshe marbe. Tende de she sona tende la tende en chuna deba maru ba she ngores. Deba maru ba. Tenjin deba ton tenjin deba jong tona chu tongos. Tenjin deba jong tona chu tongos o tin sa marbe. Tende de aba san tan ne tan yue na en chuna deba maru ba tongres. Tenjin deba jong tona chu tongo. Tenjin deba jong tona 디시시바 통고스 네 추나 데바 마루바도 셰드웨나 추나 데바 마루바도 셰러제 네 댄진 다 댄진 바샤라 네 녜브셰네 사지 상지 통도로다 상지야 여봐 통도그레스 단지 내번 중앙 통나 최통고 된데 대합 세수나 저는 내번 마르고 통그레스 최통고 최 단지 내번 중앙 통나 대신 셔버 통고스 단지 내번 중앙 통소나 돈이 들을 되게 단지다 단지 바잘 녀비시네 네 상지야 여봐 통도그레 셰그레스.
And then we have the quote that says that he or she who realizes dependent origination realizes the lack of true establishment of phenomenon. He or she who realizes this dependent origination sees the Buddha. So meaning understands the Buddha. So this dependent origination is this pith of what the Buddha taught. And it's because dependent origination and this understanding allows one to get rid of the grasping at true establishment and the imprints of it.
What doesn't Rabudua? That and Raji Tumba, Tanjung Tundu, Ne Sonsu Tematuna, Tembi Hibutuba Tematombachi, Tetuna, Tembala, Cemetam Tebaja, Niba Marba, Niba de la Sajini Redua, Jeba Shiba Tundua Nabachi, Jebra Shiba Dan, Tundu Nabani Redua. That Jeba Shiba de la Niji, Rajiji, Tomba Tanjung Tundu, Menduba, Tubi Jeba Mayba Tembas, Rajiji Trubi, Tomba de Tanjung Tundu, Menduba, Tubi, Rajiji Trubi, Tomba, Tanjung Tundu Maris Labaina, the Sanji Gumba Maris, Tubi Jeba Mayba Temba, Tambaji, that Tomba, Tanjung Tundu, Deba, Tubi Gumba Jeba Juba was, Tomba Tanjung Tundu, Sheba de, Nishajaman, Shaja Tubi Gumba is. Gumba Yima Drugu is. That got the Jermasi with the tended to the Drudu Marwa.
Then a tambo ranshingi ton tomba matona, then a shachatupi the sonchana tungamare, hakogamare. They rebe. Then nipa, the tona, then a shachatupa tungadu.
Teba Jagres, Teba.
Nipa.
Niba de la
Tomba dendelgi dundu dupa tupi shepar drupao. The tomba dendelgi dun.
Tomba Tanjung Tuba de Shajaman Jibares, Gumbares, Gumba Yamba de Jermachik, tended to be Drugun was the Drupa was.
I'm just having trouble to. So anyway, the first category. So it gets into now more. It says. So those were the three categories. Now it says the first category has two. A broad explanation and a summary. And it says the first, which is the broad explanation, has two. And the first is that if you don't see the teaching, you don't understand the teaching. You don't understand the teaching if you don't realize the lack of inherent existence through dependent origination. So if you don't see the teaching, if you don't see the lack of inherent existence through dependent origination, so that's the first category. And then the second category is the one that I had trouble with in my mind, and it is that if you, if you realize this emptiness through dependent origination, then you will establish some faith parentheses in the teacher. You will establish the teacher. Rinpoche said faith. Maybe they're one of these words I don't know, so maybe that is the word for faith. Let me do like a lightning. Let's see. I can quickly do this without getting do. Yeah, yep. It's a word for faith. The word I didn't know. So that you will establish faith if you do realize this emptiness through dependent origination. So that's the second category. Okay. Ale, the dupa, tepa, chipa.
Oh, the chipa, the deba sroa. That's a second Russian. Penzi Chujin Ruala, Pembi Leto Kazeba, Tembi Himu Tombani, Nebi Jusen Dameba, Tenzin Deba Jung Chu, Gewatane, Maruba, Tondi Chujilu, Chetakun to Chuba News, What they Jela Pemban Zeba Chujis, Penzi Chujin Ruala, Jeji Pemban Zeba Chuji, Duja in Ruala, Pende, Pemba de Pembi Leto, Kazebi, Tembi Hibune, Chuna Rajiji, to be Tombi, Tony Tembatini Las, Tony de Neba Shibi, Tony de Neba Shibi, Jusene, Ton Dembi and Damebane, Tenjin de Banjuma, Joy Taji, Chun de Yinos, Takante de Marvede. Chuna Dema Pomanga, but the Rajan Rajiji Tomana Bayanda Bajisu Tawos, Chuna de Maruba, Resonroda. Chuna de Maruba, Chuna de Maru, Jusente, Tende, Tende, Demamadu, Tende in base, Tende in the Demamaruba is. Chukalo, Pension Tune to the Aris, Matiba Rand to a Yomare, Demamaruba is. What the song is Marbe.
Then Shiluka ni Lobsang Rinpoche?
Shiluka the Penzi Chujin, Ruala, Pembi Leto Kateba, Tembi Nibo, Penzi Chujin, so the Shajaman Buddha go over.
Lesso.
Shajaman Buddha, Ruajan, La Pembi Cheto, and Tembi Nibo Dumani to some Yuares. Penzi Chujin, Ruala, Pembi Leto Katebas, Rua Sentient Angela Pembi Cheto, Tembi Nibo Dumani to Kate Yuares, some Yuares.
Lesso.
Tembi Nibo Dumani. Tombani de Netaka Shetu Mare, could Jusen Tanda La Tende Matu, Shetu Mares. Never Jusen, Tony Duvetan, the Mamuyo, ne Tende de ne Tony Duvetan, the Jabber, Revi Jabu Tensi Tensi, Revi Jabu Tendi Tensis, Tendi Tensi, Sores, Never Jusen Dameba, Tensi de Banjon Yutus. That Gewatan Maruba, Twandi, Chujelu, Chetakun Chuba News.
Okay.
What the Suk Nature to Machina Yabashitu Masawajiro?
Lesso. Okay. So now we move on to stanza number 9 and 10. To help heal sentient beings, O benefactor, you have taught the peerless reason to ascertain emptiness, the heart of the teaching. This way of dependent origination, those who perceive it as contradictory or as unestablished, how can they comprehend your system? So here, all right, let me go back to this. We find in the Sutra of the Heart of Transcendent Knowledge, where the Buddha states that seeing the five skandhas to be empty of nature. While practicing the profound Prajamita saw in this way, he saw the five skandhas to be empty of nature. So here, this is talking about emptiness. This is what emptiness is referring to. So emptiness is established by the reason of dependent origination. So things dependently originate, therefore they are not truly established. Therefore they are empty. So this seeing the five skandhas to be empty of nature is referring to that, empty of nature because of dependent origination. And it is said that dependent origination is the king of analysis. And here it says, to help heal sentient beings, O benefactor, you have taught. O benefactor is referring to Buddha Shakyamuni. You have taught the peerless reason. The reason that the word reason is here, it should almost say peerless reasoning to ascertain emptiness. Because Rinpoche said, without using reasoning, without using signs such as things are not truly established because of dependent origination, one cannot understand emptiness. So let me see how this is translated. Benefactor is a different translation. For the sake of helping beings, you taught the peerless way that brings ascertainment of shunyata, of emptiness. So that is a more direct translation. Here it seems that it seems to say why you should. In the stanza where we have this translation, O benefactor, you have taught the peerless reason. You could look at it two ways, obviously. The reason to ascertain emptiness, what's the reason to do it? Because you can become enlightened. But it more reads the reasoning that leads you to emptiness. You have taught that. It says the heart of the teaching. So this way of dependent origination is a sign that proves emptiness. So this is the reasoning that is spoken of. And it's said that dependent origination is the king of reasons when we analyze. So this way of dependent origination, those who perceive it as contradictory or unestablished, how can they comprehend your system? So if somebody does not see the compatibility of dependent origination and emptiness, then he or she does not see the Dharma, does not see the teaching. So I believe that's it. And also in the Sutra of the Heart of Transcendent Knowledge, we see, therefore, Shariputra, all dharmas are emptiness. Rinpoche quoted that as well, I believe. So all phenomena, dharmas here is the choice translation for chu, which can translate also as phenomena. So when we're saying all phenomena, we could be saying all dharma, because dharma is the Sanskrit for phenomena, for chu. So they use dharma a lot when we see it in here, and it confuses us because we think it means Buddhism, but it's referring to all phenomena.
That
as a note.
Okay.
Decent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, then that you choose the devil to tend the invasions down the road. You choose the development tend the invasions down that. Don't you do it down that in Sagada?
Niko Chuchen, Den
Madrute, tend the invasions. That you them do it down the in down the.
So if we were to look for the correct sign to prove the selflessness of a sprout, for instance, we would say the subject, a sprout, is not truly established because it dependently originates. So this is how we would use reasoning to establish the selflessness of a sprout.
다 당다가 천이 당다가 요와 다 당나가 천이 다 당나가 요와도 저걸로 나된 위에들어다 다리 위에들어 다리
No, you're right.
다소가
Intricate.
봐 추송이 봐 당다가 천이 당다라 이나 라지 당다 제다다 마음이 당다 송
Less so.
다소가 봐 추송 많이 봐 다다나가 천이 들라 네 게다 망아부터 마루든지 송여들어 송 어두들 해도도 그 다리도 치고 주세 어더래도 갈래 두들 해도 배지셔고도
So now, when we get into this part, we're getting into a section that would be categorized in the monastery under signs and reasoning. So when we look at perfect reasons, we can divide them into three categories. A perfect reason of danda and asum. So the correct sign, or I'm going to use correct sign of result, a correct sign, natural correct sign, rangjing, and observationless correct sign. So these are the three categories of correct sign. And then Rinpoche gave the definition of a perfect reason or correct sign. And if you just give me one moment, I can do that. He said it extremely fast, as you probably just heard. Let's gotta go further back, sorry. Shintu. Okay, the Tambula Sum Shintu Jum Jitsen Yitang Senshidang Juchedo Lichang Lasum.
당다 최종이 봐 당다 세 당다 이나 라지 당다 마미 당다 데이터 송으로
네네
다다나 다조가 봐 최종 많이 봐 다다나 그 세니 다다나 이나 네 게다 라지 당다 마미 당다 송으로
아네 okay
어떤 게 와도는 말로 어떤 내용도 지르면서
less so. So we're going to have to move on. The only thing that I don't have is the definition of a perfect sign. It's something like the particular proof. It's the particular proof or something to that effect. I will find it at break if we have one. But anyway, this is the section that gets into correct signs and how you establish something to be true. And the analysis of reasons is the subject area that they spend years on, as the translators note in the monastery, and that is in order to understand the Pramanavartika Karika. So Dharmakirti's commentary on the Compendium of Valid Cognition, this is used for that, and a lot of this is from that. So just as a note. Okay. Decent.
누구 주에 너무 말로 낸데 임비에서 따대 네 오만 탄주를 제자지나 라주 발라카르 따다나레 따한다레스 세상보다 네 도도바나 시라마스를 카르스 what 도바드 말바.
So then we have to say the subject, a sprout, is not truly established because of dependent origination. So we have to then say, is this a correct sign or not? So we would look at it according to the various tenet systems. So we would say, is this correct according to the middle way consequence school? Is this correct according to the middle way autonomy school? Is this correct according to the mind-only school? Is this correct according to the sutra school? Is this correct according to the great exposition school? So we have to look at each of these signs to see if they are correct depending on what school is asserting it. So the Diksum.
다 누구 주의 대바 매도 땡데 인베시 꾸나 안에 오마라 주바다 산상바다 도도바다 두줄에 다다나이 땅다 있으나 다다나레스 다다나 송고나는 게다 라진다다 마미비다도 송노는 가리스나 게와레스 게다레스 게다 라주바다 산상바줄에 게다레스 게다 이데 네 땡데 이나
Geta Gelwada? Geta
게다스 더루 수송은 수수주바 강아지 차바시지로도 내봐대 게다가 생이 있어 오다리를 도서 떼고도 다른 맞은 용치부스를 도토고도 와 여기서 내가 땡데 이메셨으나 땡데 이나 내가 마루비 차그래 내가 두비 차그래 엄마 쟤는 땡데 이나 내가 마루비 차그래 엄마 봤다나 땡데 이나 내가 마루비 차스 땡데 이나 내가 마루비 고그레스
Lesso.
땡데 이나 내가 마루비 차스
Yingu. Lesso. They unite.
대 차서 저거로 어디 차서 그러 다 라주 발지나 땡데 이나 땡 랑원 두비 차로 내가 두비 차 내가 두비 차로도 말해 땡데 이나 땡데 가서 그래
Raon de Drupi Chop?
राजू में रंगन जुबा खेलेंदर रंगन जुबा राजी जुबा खेलेंदर करो
Independence.
다 내가 타주 와지는 내가 주바 खेलेंदर 그래 내가 주바
Lesso.
아니 땡데 이나
Demba Madrupa
땡데 이나 내가 마루바 많이 미쳐 땡데 이나 내매 많이 미쳐 쳐서라고 게다래서 게다
Then they Ranjupi Dawa.
라주바도 세상바 강가서
Ranju Semsam Thang.
누구 주에 내가 땡데 임베 싫으나 라주발은 게다이 세상발은 게다래 도도발은 게다래 시라말은 게다래스
Lesso.
땡데 이나 내가 마루비 쳐봐 켈랭그레스 어디를 바로 게와다네스
So when we look at this, I guess, syllogism, the subject sprout is not truly established because of dependent origination. This would be a correct reason according to the Middle Way Consequence School, but according to the Middle Way Autonomy School, this would be an incorrect statement, because in the Middle Way view, anything that dependently originates is not truly established. And if it's not truly established, it dependently originates. So according to the final view of the Middle Way Consequence School, this is the fact that if it's dependently originated, it's not truly established. The Autonomy School says if it dependently originates, it is truly established. It has some independent establishment if it dependently originates. And this would be agreed, the mind only and the Dodepa Dangshedamawa.
시라말은 게다래 도도와 도도발은 게다래
So also the Sutra School and the Great Exposition School would all say this is an incorrect sign, because they would state that dependent origination is what shows this independent establishment. And as a translator's note, it's obviously more subtle in the Middle Way Autonomy School than the lower ones, but it's still there. The true establishment is still present there in the Middle Way Autonomy School.
단역을 주의지 내가 마루 땡데 임베스나 시라마에 땡데 이나 내가 두비 쳐로 들어 내가 마루 쳐 말이스 땡데 이나 내가 두비 쳐로
So the Great Exposition School says that if it is dependently originated, it is necessarily truly established.
tenso sujudu getare geta shiramal getare dudubal getare rasazabal getare rajubal getare.
So all of the schools up to the autonomy school, so meaning the Great Exposition, the Scooter School, the Mind-Only School, and the Middle Way Autonomy School all believe that it is an incorrect reason to state using dependent origination. Using dependent origination is incorrect, its definition too.
다녀고치 대범마도 텐데 왜 시르발 넣었으나 시르베 담아도 나온 거랬었네. 녀고치 대범에 텐데 인베시스나 ane 녀고치 대범마도 때 텐데 인베시 꾸나러와
Khensur Dendel hak kelengamare.
녀고치 대범에 텐데 인베시 따줄라스 차바 매지 처방계와 랜디비 ngomhawadan somdu ne 사자버도 좀 말해. ngomhawadan 다네 다마루바 통화데 뇌비 랜데바 쉬르 메디바레스 메디바 녀고 주제 되면 된데 임베시스나 녀고 되면 된데 임베 쉬르비 다마루스 랜데거베
Shilupa Dhamma Drup.
다마루바 통데 뇌비 랜데비 메디시
Ale, ale, where Kabiyare Rinpoche.
Te wodin debal ma luta. Tanga wodin debal luta. Jen la peman zibi chuji duje yin duwala.
Okay.
Pembi le dos. Ne le do kadzebi. Tembi nyebo chuna rajiji jubi tombi toni temba teni las. Toni te ngeba shibi jusente. Denda mebe Dembi ndameba ne tenjin de banju taji chundini ino. Yuanjang nyugu chuji demba mede tendi imi shiri shebi taju las chaba meji chaba ngeyu lendibi ngomawa dans ngomawa zu chaba maju lendibi samarbe chaba maju lendibi ayin ngoma dane tamaruba 통화때 뇌비래 메디시 tamaruba 저게 메디시 저게 되게des 시 근데네 좀 주지 롤라나마 바텐주기 제다 콘도 주바네데 콘도 주바면은 소스 당고마다 시르바도 저거 대ten주도 시토 말을 된살 다 녀고시 되면 된데 임베시스나 시라마라 녀고시 되면 된데 임베시스나 시라마이 된데데 켈랑으로 대바 매버 켈랑마 대바 두바 켈랑으로 된데 이나 네 대바 매버 마임비차 된데 이나 대바 두비차 그래서 말이야
Dembar mepa de denja.
대바 매 된데 임베시 따고로 다시 라마 로나 녀고치 되면 된데 임베시다 마이 녀고 된데 켈랑으로 녀고 대바 마루 켈랑마로 대바 두바 켈랑으로
Ale, Dembar me Demba Madrupa.
대바 마루바 켈랑마
Ale,
대바 두바 켈랑으로
Dembar me Demba Madrupa Chipa.
대바 두바 켈랑으로
Okay.
다 된데 이나 대바 두비 차거든 대바 마루 차거든 두비 차로도 말베 대바 마루바 마이미 차 대바 두비 차
Demba Madrupa Mayimbi Chap. Dembar
대바
Yimbi
마루
Chap.
마이미 차서도 대바 두비 차롱 거로
The Shilupa Demba Madrupa Mayimbi Chap.
슈르반 녀고치 되면 된데 임베시스나
Leso.
슈르바 된데 인서 그래서 말해
Say mare. Shilupa Dendel Yomare. Yene Judre Yure Yene Hlazuson. Dendel Yure Yene Konsut Sampa the Dendel Gari and Hla.
그래서
Hla
랜디
Giji.
메디시
The Dendel.
메디시인데 넘바 추지 차바 매진 게이네 네비 ngomhawa dane tamaruba 통데 다 슈르바 비지 tamaru la오메로 아 텐데 많이 la오메로
Yimbadra. So Rinpoche is just questioning whether dependent origination as a non-Buddhist would be established in any way. And Rinpoche is saying that he thinks that if we look at, so there's a way you answer when you're debating Dhamma, Drup, Charpa Majong. It's signs not established. This is not necessarily so. So Rinpoche was wondering how one would respond. And he thinks it would be the signs not established because dependent origination isn't something established by a non-Buddhist. The Lepsar. So a non-Buddhist would say, if we said the subject sprout is not truly established because it dependently originates, a non-Buddhist would say Dhamma Drup. The sign is not established because it doesn't dependently originate, meaning it doesn't dependently originate. And I said to Rinpoche, well, could we say that their version of dependent origination is that God made it, but it was dependently originated and dependent on God? And he said, well, because that's not how we explain dependent origination. If we stated the subject sprout is not truly established because of dependent origination, a non-Buddhist would say the sign's not established because we're proving emptiness, and a non-Buddhist would not say things are not truly established. We don't have emptiness as a point.
What is it? Gewat on the Maruba. You development tending base, Gewat the Solis, Geta Solisana, Shidam and Geta is.
So this point, the subject sprout is not truly established because of dependent origination, would be something that a great exposition school follower would see as an incorrect proof.
You development tending base, Shidam and Geta in there. This Shidam Shushu Tubakan, Chabashi Lutan Geta Marbe.
The Garde?
You development tending base, Shidam Shushu Turota. Tended the new to the about the Shirama Shirota. Tendi in a demo Maru Chalotro. The Geta Logan, Geta and Gewatan and Geta is.
So the Great Exposition School would say that, I think Rinpoche gave the definition of incorrect proof. I'm sorry, I don't have that right here, but would say that it is an incorrect proof to say that the subject sprout is not truly established because of dependent origination. So the Great Exposition School would state that.
Tanyoguchi, the Madu Tendi in base, Shurubal Gosuna, Shurub Tamadu Longres.
Less
You could tendi in Tamadus Logres, Madubitansi and Madubitansi.
So we would say that the proof is not established if you were a non-Buddhist, because you would say that the subject sprout is not truly established because it dependently originates. The non-Buddhist would say the sign is not established. There isn't this dependent origination that brings it into being. Digson.
Tantu could terrible to what the terrible Tego has and what terrible what the Nagare Tony to be down that to terrible Tawata Keshabu to water.
So it'd be really important if we could ask scientists about this, and we could present scientists with the subject of emptiness, and then posit the correct signs or proofs of emptiness, just to see how they would respond to that.
What that in what in Gawat on the Maruba Tuandi Trejilu Chetakun Chumin Jurus. Nenuja, the woman tending in base Shuribala 네 마루비 텐시로 시라마라 게다로 게다 송소게 시르바 게다 송소게 네 시라마 도도바 산상바다 네 따마루 시르바 속에 는 돈이 간데 세토 말이죠다 제다 공도 주바 누가 말이스.
So then, going back to the text, so if we say that these schools, the Great Exposition School, the Sutra School, Mind-Only School, Autonomy School, don't posit this as a correct sign, then we can state that they don't understand emptiness. So they don't have an understanding of emptiness. And that's what is meant in the text by as this way of dependent origination. Those who perceive it as contradictory or as unestablished, how can they comprehend your system? So this word contradictory is in the incorrect sign. So it's contradictory sign, kind of. It would be, I think, a more literal translation. And that contradictory sign, their belief that it is a contradictory sign, that dependent origination proves emptiness, proves lack of true establishment, shows that they don't understand Buddha's Dharma, the Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching. Digsung. So this is what is meant, or this is what is pointed out here. That's a good Pombi Chetsa.
Nibala song Ranji Tombala Shaji Taji Tejin Jento Matebas Ranji Jubi Tombala and the legend down what the Tamak Shaji Kature Tegres legend Tabataji Bajatures Ranji Madusana and Demo Madu Jature legend Jature and then Tamajatures Rajesh Druba is Lazuna, and what the legend is Jatu Mare, Tabat Taji Jatu Mares. Nibala Son, Rajesh, Tombala Shaji Taji, Tejin Jatu. Rajesh, Tombala, Shaji Taji, Matejins, Rajesh Tombala Shaji Taji, Tejin Roa. Rajesh Jubi Tomba Chuna Demo Madubadla Shaji Jatugres.
Ranjingi Tomba La
Tejin
Jache Tamche
Jatugres Tejins.
Jache Tamche Sena?
Legend Jatugre and Demo Maduba Jatugre, Tama Jatugres,
Jache Kanga? Jache
Jatugres.
Okay.
What the Rajesh Madusana Matela, Gento Matebas, Rajesh Rubi Madonna, and Tegamaris. Rajesh Madonna, Deba Drodro, Deba Drosona Denzin Yusagure, and Denzin Bombitaba Mess, Taji Jamba Mess Laguzero.
Matepa?
Mateba, Digamaris.
Tepa. Digamare? Okay, well, I'm just going to go with it then. It's all right. So then it says, if one doesn't see this, it's not in here. If one, I'm just going to translate it raw. Okay, so the second category has three divisions. So it says, I believe it's going to now give us three divisions. Okay, so there are three divisions. So here it says Ranshingi Tomba La. So if you don't understand the emptiness of inherent existence of all things or phenomena. I asked Rinpoche what this word was for, and he said it means karma and its results and so forth. So all of the teachings, all of the points, I can look that up also, but Rinpoche said that within this is karma, its results, and so forth. So if you don't see the emptiness of inherent existence of all of these things, then you don't understand mitepa. Then you are incorrect. You have an incorrect understanding. Mitepa. Don't know, or it's not really no, it's just incorrect. Digson. Denjo yinbi jutsen gi.
Tendi ji tomba la shaye tanji te jins. Ane ranji ji tomba las. Chuna damba drubi tomba la. Ane shaye tanji jatu gres. Le junri jatu gre. Le junri ane damba maruwa re jatu gre. Tabat tanji jamba damba maruwa re jatu gres. Ane damba drusuna. Ane tabat tanji jamba jatu guma. Le junri jatu guma res. Jento mate baas.
Digson Rinpoche.
Ta somba tende yimi jusen demba druba marba tende yimi jusen je ranji ji tomba druba tende yimi jusen je ranji ji tomba druba tende yinsa demba madruba de radio ares ti gune toni mawa dama ba druba wosa.
Okay, so the next is Denjo Yinbi Jutsen. So the reason establishing emptiness of inherent existence through the reason of dependent origination. That's the next one. Denjo Yinbi Jutsen Gi Ranshin Gi Tomba. Establishing the emptiness of inherent existence through dependent origination. Through the reason of dependent origination. So establishing the emptiness of inherent existence through the reason of dependent origination. That's number 2. Then Sumba Dei Gone Tomba Ni Mawa Lame Pa Drupao. That Dei Gone Tomba
Ranji shayi dushu la mateba tende tonga la ngaba wosa. Ranji tomba la shayi tanji meteji ne jendu meteba asa. Tende yimi jusen je ranji tomba troba asa. Tende yimi jusen je deba maruba yagu gores.
Nene Dei
Dei gone
De Sumba
tenba ni mawa lana meba.
De Gare De Gone.
Tende yimi jusen deba maruba yin sonsan deba maruba songen sanji shajaman boda de tenba ya shwere ngores. Dei gone tenba ni shajaman boda ni kona tenba mawa lana meba yin droba wos. Mawa lana meba.
Ale Kuna.
Tende yimi jusen deba maruba yin sonsan sanji deba maruba sondrwa. Shera nyebu dan bon dan nyete dan jedon zule deba maruba sondrwa. Deba maruba sondba yin deba maruba yin ne shaja madu da deba maruba sondba res. Deba maruba sondba de shaja man hwan chut joba chaba res. Jen ga deba maruba sondwa. Ti gun tomba ni hwan lana meba droba wosa.
And the third category is that teaching is the only teaching given on this topic of which there is no higher, or something like this. There's no, Buddha Shakyamuni is the only one who has taught this, that no other, this teaching that there is no higher. That's good. Yeah, decent. So Rinpoche went back over it again. So the first one, I got a guide for just doing it. So the first one is that understanding that if you don't understand that all phenomena, such as parentheses, such as karma and its results and so forth, are empty of inherent existence, then you have an incorrect understanding. The next is that establishing the emptiness of inherent existence through the reason of dependent origination. And then the third category is that that teaching, it just says that, but it's referring to the teaching the Buddha gave, that has only, that teaching which has only been taught by Buddha is the highest teaching that can be given. So these are the three categories of number 2. So now we get to the first category, which there are 3. Tambula sum. Diksa.
다가도 자시 때에도 ჩვენ 나지 동바니 ჩვ네 나지 동바니 대뉴 통화나 라지진 동바다 샤제 테바 먹으신스 ჩვენ 나지 동바니 대뉴 통화나 동바니 대뉴고 대뉴 동바 대뉴고 대뉴 동비 동바니 대뉴고 통송나 대뉴 통화나 라지진 동바다 안 추나 라지 주로 동바다 샤제 테바든 게 말이스 동바 대뉴고 통송나 추나 라지 주로 동바 시그래 레준데 자도 그래 타바 탄지 자도 그래스 게와 용고 말이스
Kavire Rinpoche. To the Delpa?
제발 다 루나 지지바래다 덤바 쮸네 데다르 나지기세 나지지 동바 주바 이거네
Rinpoche. The gansu de ngadama sum tombola sum ranshingi tombala jache titsu dang nge de loma sum
대주던스
de gare
라지도 동바를 샤지가 되그래서
in the shloka
내마마도
loma
자도
sum.
그래 레다지 술로가 가래다 ჩვენ 나지 동바니 들어
Chuni namji
어디를
tomani.
del루데 뭐도
Okay, the Chan Lo. Okay,
ჩვენ
touche.
나지 동바니 대주도 통화나 ჩვენ 나지
Hale chu. Okay, gongel me bichu.
ჩვენ 샤저도 ჩვ선이지로 ჩვენ 나지 동바니 ჩვ나 대바주부 동바니 대주도 통화나 대바주부 대주고 대바 통거로 샤저마 통화나 라지진 동바다스 춘나 라지주부 동바다 네 샤지 타지 태그레스 레준제다 네 로아던 도발라서와 타지 태그레스 테바마게시스 단데 올만 제바단도 템바 춘네 데들 나지기체 라지지 동바 조바 대유건의 돈이 마와 라나메바 조바 오스 돈이 마와 라나메바 담불라송 최네 라지 제 동바 조바 들라송 레도와 라지진 동베 조베 동바 인바 담비제 대마지 들라 내가 손시 도시 제소스 네바제 란도제 추난 조바시바 샤지다지 타녀도 테바 마게신 추든바제도스 알레
Huh.
사지 모버디도 초도 괜찮으지래.
The tambo la sum, ranjingi tomba la jache.
Raji Jubi tomba imba dans. Raji Jubi tomba res. Chuka Raji Jubi tomba ro. Deba Marubaro. Deba Maruba Mazi Tela Naga Sonshin Doshi Jesus. Shaji Tigris. Chun Rushu, Chun Des. Shaji Tizu Yedrabata. Roa, Doa, Lamba, Moja Tamba, Moja Deba. What the Tama Tigris. Tejins. Landurji, Tuna, Juba, Shaji Taji Tanyedo, Teban, Magicians, Roa Deba to Tegre Goyo Mares, Maduba, Chutuba Jedos, Susan Dusana, Tian Zawashirale, Kala Tomba Niroma, Tela Taji Ronjo, Kala Tony Moroma, Tela Taji Moronjo, Zawashirale, the Yudrota. Quand la tombe ni ronwa, tel la tangi ronwa. Tu n'as d'abord de tombe de yobaina, tel les juli yose chugre, ne tabat tangi jebe yose chugre, ne ngason dans ngason je tama yose chugres. Tomba jedo.
Okay, that's cool. Ngay the injike zugu. Okay, so now we're moving on to the stanza number 11. Let me just read it just to see if that helps a little. For you, when one sees emptiness in terms of the meaning of dependent origination, then being devoid of intrinsic existence and possessing valid cognitions, do not contradict. So it's saying that the Dharma that is taught, I'm going to read this. This is another translation that just might sometimes make it. You maintain that when emptiness is perceived as dependent arising, emptiness of inherent existence will no longer be seen as contradicting the validity of action and agent. That's a lot more proper, I would say. That's cool. Anyway, I'll go further into this for the next one. We got to the point where I stopped translating again, so that's why I'm having to do this on the fly. Okay, so for you, when one sees emptiness in terms of meaning of dependent origination, then being devoid of intrinsic existence and possessing valid cognitions do not contradict. So this teaching, which is given to understand the emptiness of inherent existence, has been established. That teaching is the only teaching that has been given about this highest subject. Okay, so it says the first that we weren't going to go through the categories. We're going to do it. So the first has 3 categories: the emptiness of inherent existence of all things in the explanation, and just we won't use the numbers of that. Rinpoche was saying that there seems to be a mix-up in the numbering. So the key, Rinpoche, the dunda, the dambala, ranjingi na drupa, dombala na yangdang. There's a lot of sache mambo yure and kali kapudu.
Okay, Lundari.
Rinpoche said in this part we won't concentrate on the categories. We're just going to concentrate on the meaning of the body of the text. So there are those who feel that dependent origination contradicts the idea that things are not truly established. So when we look at the lower schools and non-Buddhists, we see that they don't believe that dependent origination is a proof for the lack of true establishment, and they actually believe that it establishes things as being truly established because of their function and so forth. So there's a quote in here from Nagarjuna's root wisdom text, and it says that once the ni rongba Rinpoche gangla tomba ni rumba the tsawa sherab
Gangla tomba ni rongwa tela tangji rongwa juros gangla tomba ni
rongwa sena
tomba ni de yueba yina tomba ni re de yuena rongwa gangla tomba rong sena chue tangji tende yim jisen dema maruba rwa dema maruba re de yuena sere gangla tomba ni rongwa tela tangji tende ja tu re se tomba ni de ja tu na ane le ju de ja tu re taba de tangji je ja tu re
Jatu. Okay, so once you establish emptiness, you are able to establish all others. Okay, that's what it says. So in the root wisdom text, it says, by Nagarjuna, it says, once you establish this emptiness, the nature of emptiness, you establish all others. I see. You establish all others. So this is from Nagarjuna's root wisdom text. Tamche. Then Ngetsawa share up. So when Rinpoche was younger, he actually memorized the root wisdom text by Nagarjuna, the Tsawa Sherab. Nishu Sangha. So it's one of the, if it's in the large leaf format, it's 25 pages of the big one. So for the root wisdom text. And also I memorized the Chandrakirti's entrance to the middle way. And also one of the explanation of the middle way by Lama Tsongkhapa, the 30. So 30, the 6th chapter of the explanation of the middle way by Lama Tsongkhapa, which is about 30 pages. And all of the Chaksan, Parshin Shiton Losun. And I memorized the entire general meaning of the middle way by Panchen Sonan Drapa. And so slowly we can understand this. Okay, so maybe people have questions. Then the Gemma nge de kanga inji kezu. The shiloka juchi nge sar inji kezu sar. Then the dumba chune. So Rinpoche said, does anybody have any questions? Yes, Coleman. That's great, because then I can prepare it for the next time.
I was just curious, because I heard the Dalai Lama say like he wants to preserve the Tibetan language because like he says it's extremely important and like it's part of Tibetan culture. And I was just curious as to what's so unique about the Tibetan language that is so, you know. Yeah.
Rinpoche, Jawa Rinpoche Sumpare, the Puik, the Sheda Ke Chempeldu. Then Jawa Rinpoche Segadu Ngatsu, the Puik Yapu Dagu. Garshene, the Buke ke chempul du. Garshene.
여기 기초부터 어떻게서 개진 좋아서 사이를 페네 나렌다고 루나 지수 그걸로 배워줄 하요레스 어디 배워줄 배이 배기 둘래 나렌다고 루나 지수 차송한테 배이 둘요레스
Glesso.
로마 젠달로 어디 배이게 놀요 나지 젠달로 요서마 넘바
Glesso.
어디 송도 말배
So the main reason is that we see historically that the great master Chenrezig came to Tibet and formed the Sangik Monastery with its various divisions, and all of the texts were translated into Tibetan from Pali and Sanskrit, and the Nalanda style of learning was brought as well. So these texts and the Nalanda style of scholarship can't be found anywhere else in this amount or volume.
되는 사자바다 글로바도 참마고데 난데근 대바 모종 거랬어 난데근 대바
And then we find so many commentaries on the Pramanavartika Karika by the Sakya tradition, the Galupa tradition, Sakya Galup, Kaju.
사자 밴드다가 리티탄 참마고 리티탄 버리티 되는 마 배셔서는 답에 나데 로지베 되나지 개바 모모고 요레스
So there are so many great Tibetan scholars, such as Sakya Pandita, who wrote the Drop of Reasoning, and then Panchen Sonandrapa Leu Gari Sumpare Rinpoche.
나데 로지베 로 동부니바 송바지바 고마라스 로지
The Gari.
고마터리 나데 가마르 로지베스
And then the commentary on the fourth chapter of the Pramanavartika Karika by Panchen Sonandrapa.
되나지 자지베 요레 모모고
Jayan
요레스
Sheba, a great Tibetan master. And if I could add something, we have not translated many of the great texts yet. We have very, very few at our disposal as Westerners. And without these commentaries and without these root texts, we really can't practice and study Buddhism in its whole form. And so we're basically like the people were in Tibet when Chenrezig arrived. Some things are getting translated, but there's not a dedicated system that, funded by a king that will make sure that these things get translated. So it's up to us. It's up to make sure these things happen. And how does that happen? The only way is that someone learns Tibetan, and then that person is given the time to eat away at the bodies of work that we have but don't have in English. And the worry is that in order to translate these texts, you have to be a scholar. So we need Western scholars that speak Tibetan. And how many of those are there? So that's the Dalai Lama's fear, that translation of all these works could stop dead in their tracks in 40 years if there's not a new Hopkins and a new J. Garfield and a new Thurman and a new et cetera, Anne Klein, and a new Betsy Napper, because they've devoted their lives to it, got funded, et cetera, because they had PhDs, it helped. And now we have the books that we have because of what they've done. But we have scratched the surface.
So they need to know Sanskrit, right?
No, Tibetan. It's all in Tibetan. That's the key. Because these books, what happened with Chenrezig at the Sangik Monastery, all that's been done, work has been done. It would ice your cake. If you spoke Sanskrit and you could do comparative, great. But you don't need to. You need to learn Tibetan to be able to translate the texts. That's it. So we'll end there. It'll be fine, right? That's what Rinpoche said. So concluding mindful offering and dedication prayer. Good. The fundamental ground is scented with incense and strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure realm. I dedicate whatever virtues I have collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of Venerable Losang Drapa to shine forever. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious Guru. I dedicate all this virtue to emulate the knowledge of the hero Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra as well. Whatever dedication is praised as supreme by all the conquerors who traverse the three times, I also dedicate all my roots of virtue for the sake of auspicious deeds. In that pure land surrounded by snowy mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. All-powerful Avalokiteshvara, Tenzin Gyatso, may you stay until samsara's end. Pray for the long life of the precious Khensur Wandak, holder of scriptural and realizational doctrines, spiritual friend who trained extensively in the 5 great philosophical texts with exceptional wisdom and perseverance. Tuji Rimche Gutsi Shabi Denerlang.
Oh, tuji,
Matsu
tuji,
Denda
yeah.
Dopa Kanga Chiranlang.
Yeah.
And also